Morning, good morning, good morning. It is a grateful Tuesday, and it is your girl Crystal Flowers. Every Tuesday I come up here, excuse me. Every Tuesday I come up here just to aspire to inspire, right? To be able to be an impact and to give others hope. So today I have a guest coming on, whom I love and is personally close to me, but someone who I know will drop a lot of value on today, in today's conversation. So he's going to be joining us very shortly. His name is Demetrik Hylton. He is actually my family, right? But a very wise young man, a millennial that's just doing his thing. And I thought this conversation today would be able to impact and help others. You know, like we do on here every Tuesday, we aspire to give someone hope and something that you can take with you throughout the rest of your week that can help you get through. Okay, he is here to help you be able to get you through the rest of your week. Give me 1 second. Let me invite him on. All right, so the invitation went out, and so he will be getting on in just a second.
Good
Hey,
morning. How you doing?
I can't call you that, right?
Yeah. You can call me that. You can call me that.
So, guys, this is Demetrik Hylton, and guys, we're going to just be having a conversation today about mental health and some of the struggles that we have in that capacity, and how gratitude is something that can actually help you get through. And not only mental health, we're going to be dabbing into some other things, because Demetrik is going to share with you some things that he has gone through and how gratitude has been able to catapult and get him through. With social media and this pandemic and a lot of things, mental health has been a struggle for a lot of people, right? A lot of people. So right now, what I want you to do before we get going, I got to do a little housekeeping. I'm sorry, me. I have to do a little housekeeping. I want you to go ahead and subscribe if you're on my YouTube channel. If you're on my Facebook, like and follow. If you're on this platform, go ahead and share right now so that someone else may be able to benefit from this conversation as well. And if you hit the replay later and you jump on, I want you to do the same. I want you to share this conversation with someone that you know. Also, do the same with Demetrik's platform. We're going to get to his platform in a second. He's going to tell you where you can tap into him as well. But right now, I want to introduce to you my godson, my nephew, this millennial conversationalist is what I call him, because he is so wise beyond his years. And when I'm in his presence, I get a spirit of joy, and just being able to grab nuggets from him, it's like absolutely amazing the vibe. And so, just to give you a little bit of background history, he is a podcaster. He is a millennial. He is a traveler. He is a man of God. He has a lot of things that come with him, right? But
Yes.
he is someone that I really love and hold dearly to me. And just to give you a little bit of background, his grandmother is my godmother, right? Me and his
Yes. Yes,
mom
sir.
are besties, and then
Yes,
I'm his
sir.
godmother. So it's just a whole uh, domino effect, right? That
Yes.
we are attached in this present time. So, like I said, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this channel and to his platform so we can get into this conversation. So, we're going to be talking today again about the struggles of mental health and how gratitude can be able to help you get through this. So, Meek, go ahead and introduce yourself and give us a little background, your background story on how this topic has been has affected you, and then how you have been able to be a benefit with your platform. You can go
Um,
ahead and take it away.
of course. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you for having me on your platform. I don't take it for granted. It's truly an honor, when somebody, you know, blesses you to be able to come on and, just share, your experiences. So I want to thank you for that. Also, I thank you for what you're doing, because people need these reminders, especially on a Tuesday, because beginning of the week, Monday comes around, you don't feel like doing anything. So on a Tuesday, you need that extra push. And I feel like
Yeah.
with your content, Grateful Tuesdays, I feel like it's something where people have to reflect and just extend gratitude. Just, what I'm saying, to be
Yes.
able to serve somebody. Some people may not like their job, some people may not like whatever school they're in, whatever situation they're in.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to have gratitude about. I always
Yes.
I always tell myself that we have many excuses to be um no, we have many reasons to be upset and to be depressed, but there's no excuse. We create our own excuses. So I definitely thank you for just having this platform for people to come on here and have a safe place to be vulnerable, be transparent, and be honest
Yes.
about what's going on mentally. But
Right.
you have already gave me a good introduction. But for those that don't know, I'm Tech Time with Meech. I am a podcaster. Um, I also do radio as well. I do radio as well, and I do a little bit of media as well. I'm still working on that. You can find me at Instagram at Tech Time with Meech, Twitter Tech Time with Meech. You can find my podcast on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. It's called the Right My Wrongs Podcast, where we talk about how to push through struggles of mental health and generational curses as millennials, as myself. What
Right.
I, what I what I've learned just growing up, not from my family, because
Mm-hmm.
in a how should I say this, in a black culture, you hear about therapy as a bad thing. Like, you hear
Right.
about people talking about your mental health and your emotions as like a bad thing. Not saying my family did it. I'm just saying in culture, period.
Right.
And as I grew up and got older, especially when I started getting engaged into college and engaged into what I wanted to do, I took a couple classes where we had to, mental health was the main topic, but it was different ways on how she challenged us to admit the fact that we were struggling and stuff like that. So for me, with my podcast, I decided to, what, a lot of people like to like live and walk in silence on a lot of things. Because as my brothers was growing up, I feel like they didn't do too much communication with not even like their parents or their friends. If something bothered them, people don't want to communicate. People want to keep it to themselves. I think
Right.
that's also like a New Yorker mentality. New York is
Yes.
so hard and harsh. It's hard and
Mm-hmm.
harsh. So you got to put like a mask on when you're outside and try to look so mean and look like you don't want to be bothered. So
Yeah.
I
Or you
feel
don't
like,
want to run up on me.
yes, 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 yes. You understand. You understand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with having to digest that mentality, I was like, you know what, I don't want to show like vulnerability or transparency, but that right there was hurting my mental health, because like I'm not fully being me. I'm not fully being
Right.
me. If I have to go out and put the mask on in front of my friends, like I put the mask on here, put the mask on there, I can't fully be myself and just say what's bothering me or just say how I feel about something. So
Right.
I feel like we don't, like, as a whole, we don't discuss it as much as we should, and that's why people are going through times of loneliness and depression. And sad to say, people might want to take their own lives and stuff like that because they feel like no one's around, they're not good enough. It's a serious, serious, serious struggle when you feel like no one's around you and you have everybody around you.
Right.
When
Right.
you're surrounded by every type of loved one and you feel like no one is there, you could either start
Right.
drinking. There's all types of issues that could that could
Mm-hmm.
that could pop up. When you suffer in silence, the only thing is that you're doing to yourself is you're destroying yourself day by day. So
Right.
what my podcast does is I decide that I'll be the voice of my generation and others if I have to speak on it.
Yes.
If I can relate to somebody, then it can help somebody. So for
Right.
me, I feel like for the black community, that's a generational curse for everybody, because if
Mm-hmm.
you talk about to anybody about black males or black women in therapy, they look like, no, we don't need that. But
Yeah.
you see everybody else doing it. Everybody else doing what they got to do for them to be the best person they could be. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
we throw all these things on top of these important
Mm-hmm.
strategies that we have to take. We throw all these words and names on them when that's just a sense of pride. And
Right.
honestly, what I'm learning, this year is pride is not the best thing. Actually, as I've been reading my Bible, pride is actually of the devil.
Right.
We can't be prideful of anything, because then God can't really use us the way like we should be used. And
Right.
I told myself, I'm like, you know what, I can't try to have too much pride in situations anymore because it's just not good for me. So now if I'm upset, like if I'm at work lately, all my lessons have been at work because I work at Costco and I'm working, I'm serving, what's the word I'm looking for, the customers. So I look at it as I'm serving. I'm a server at the end of
Right.
the day. No matter if I'm a
Right.
refund, I do refunds, I do membership. At the end of the day, I have to serve you. This is customer service. And I deal
Mhm.
with a lot of customers that they're already on 100 because one got away on the long line. So they're already on 100. So by the time they get to me, they want to take it out on me. And
Right.
I used to get upset, but now I've realized that they're not coming at me. They're coming at an employee from Costco. So they don't even know me. They just know that they're coming at me because I work there and
Yeah.
whatever,
Your
whatever,
representative. Mm-hmm.
exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever their reasons is of why they're upset, they want to take it out on me. So lately,
Mm-hmm.
every time I encounter a customer that want to snatch something on my hand and want to talk crazy to me, I just start asking them how their day was. I start really talking to them. I think
Yeah.
we don't know how to a lot of people don't approach situations that just talking. Like if somebody's already acting
Mm-hmm.
enraged with you, why would you try to stir up the pot? I've been trying to. It's a scripture in Proverbs where it tells me like um, a soft answer turns away wrath. So I've been trying to
Yeah.
really really develop that soft answer in my tongue lately, and it's really been working for me, and it's been working
Yeah.
for my
Yeah.
mental health. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really working for my mental health. I think a lot of people don't.
And can I pause you for 1 second? And something you just said too was it's helping your mental health, but what you don't realize is what you're doing is you're helping someone else's mental health, because when you ask them how their day is going, they usually have not had somebody that they can actually that to stop and ask them how they're doing. And that's
Yes,
another reason why come they on overload. So what you're doing is you're tapping into their mental health and you're getting them to download some of all of that stuff that they walking around with. And that's, I mean, that is very it's very good in this day and age for you to even care about how somebody's feeling, because a lot of people don't, and just being able to recognize that is absolutely amazing, and you don't realize how you are being able to really bless somebody, just being able to give them that opportunity to say, you know what, somebody listening to me,
yes,
I'm being heard, that right there is amazing. And I think if we did that a lot more in this day and time, we would be able to get along with each other so much better. Because a
yes,
lot of times you look at what you see and you don't necessarily know what's happening in the background,
yes,
right? And so you be automatically coming to a conclusion, making oh, they da 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 da, and a lot of times it's not even that. It's like they got a lot of stuff going on in the background, that they need to just unload. So
yes.
thank you for that, because that's very wise. Thank. Go ahead.
And
Go ahead.
no, I just want to piggyback on what you said. Like you said, a lot of people don't care, and that's the sad thing. Like they don't understand that the pandemic that we're living in, especially it's been for 2 years, but 2020 from 2020 to now, a lot has changed. Um, it a lot has come to the storefront regarding mental health, period. You know what I'm saying? Regarding loneliness,
Yes.
regarding things that people never worked on. They waited 20, 30 years to work on, well, that they have the chance to work on it now. See, COVID has put us in a lot of like isolation mode, and
Right.
and even though people might feel like that's like lonely, it's a blessing because to me,
Mhm.
I looked at it as it was a chance for me to really discover who I am, really
Yes.
discover, find myself. I can't find myself in a crowd of people, but when I'm alone and I have to take accountability for who I am, like the things
Hmm.
I've done and
Yeah.
the dumb decisions I've made. It makes me be better. So that's why now, when like you said, like I'm asking somebody how their day was, like you said, people just want to feel like they're heard. And oftentimes they're not. When I ask them that, trust me, they'll start talking about a lot of stuff, and I'm like, I do have a long line. Like I can't really say everything you say. I can't.
Right, right, right.
I'll be like, because don't get me wrong, I'm trying to be nice. Next thing you know, Like they talking to me for about 20 minutes, and
Right.
my manager looked at
Right.
me like okay, wrap it up, and I'm like, I can't.
Right.
Like,
Right. 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 Right.
I'm just like people. They feel so comfortable with saying, what, like, what's going on, or what they're going through. I've had one time I had like this elderly man, and I forgot what I said to him. No, he said something about he forgot something. Well, I was like, well, you have a lot of you have a lot of wisdom. I said, you supposed to teach us. Oh no, he was telling me about his job. It was during the holiday season. He worked for UPS, right? He's an old man. He said he worked for UPS, and he was just telling me how he don't like it, and it was seasonal, meaning it was a temporary job. It wasn't,
Right.
it wasn't something that he knew that was going to be steady income after Christmas. And he was just telling me how he was going. And I ain't asked him. Remember, I ain't asked him anything. Like me personally, I wasn't having a bad day, but I was having those type of days where, like, honestly, just let me do what I gotta do, and you get on my face. Sometimes that's how it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I'm trying to do what I gotta do, so he get on my face. He starts talking to me, and then he says, they've been working me hard, and it's like he's saying they're slaving him. He's just unhappy. Well, I told him, I said, well, you have two choices. You could either, what I'm saying, really, and I ain't saying mean, I said you can either, be upset and be sorry for yourself in this time, or you can start making plans on what are you going to do when the temporary thing is over, when the season is over, what are you going to do? I said, you have to control what you can control. You're the only person that can control,
Right.
how
Right.
you react to something. And when I said that, he was like, I could tell. He said, I'm an old man. He said, but I could tell when somebody was raised by both their parents. And that left something on me right there because you don't even know the impact you can leave on people, and that's something big for me. Impact
Yeah.
means influence. We don't
Right.
understand the influence that we have on people, young or old. No matter if you're older than them or
Right.
younger than them. First of all, what I realized, a lot of older people, they don't got to put together either. Dealing
Right.
with,
Right.
again, as I go back to my job, dealing with, my managers at work, they act like kids. Like, they act
Right.
like kids. And sometimes, like I said, when we go back to mental health, you don't understand mentally what they're going through. I've come to find out that some of them is really bipolar. Underneath the
Right.
radar,
Right.
they've been diagnosed bipolar, but
Right.
they
Right.
still you still want these high titles and this high power when you really can't even handle it. And
Right.
what I don't understand is, in the Bible, God tells us He's never going to give us more than we can bear. So why are you pushing the agenda to take on more when you know you can't handle it? People will
Right.
compare to
But you
people.
know what? It's because they want some people like the title. Some people like to be they like the power that comes with the title, not necessarily the responsibility that comes with it.
Exactly, and that's
Right.
what I'm
Mm.
realizing as being, a social media, a content creator, a podcaster, whatever I am. I'm an influencer. I'm making an impact. My content has to impact and influence people. But I
It
have to
has
ask
been.
myself, what ways? What ways do I want it to impact
Mm.
and influence people? And people don't even understand that influences are a really, really serious, serious thing because
Right.
that's all we have right now. This is what we're doing right now. This is what everybody's doing. That's all we have is social media right now, where people
Right.
are on social media 24/7. When it becomes a drug for them,
Right.
they
Right.
become addicted.
So
You
you
know,
have to make sure, yeah, you have to make sure that what content you're putting out there is worth being heard because a lot of people are doing a lot of fluff, the cars,
yes,
the bling, the blah 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 blah, and that is not all of that is entertainment, but how is that helping someone get through that struggle of, and not to say that I'm a specialist, because guys, I want y'all to be clear, I'm not a specialist in the field of mental health, but what I know is, just like Demetrik, is that I had, and y'all, I'm used to calling him Meech, so that's why I'm trying. I got to
okay,
pause
you can
before I
call me
say his
that.
name, right?
You can call me that.
So, but that's not a specialty. That's not a field, that I've been trained on. But what I do know is that I know what I have been placed here to do for the kingdom of God, and that is to be able to make sure that I'm impacting on purpose. And you had something on one of your posts the other day. I saw where you were saying that you were going to stop. You had to stop moving, you had to stop being moving in your potential, but start
Mm,
moving in your purpose. And
yes.
that right there is powerful because I think a lot of times, a lot of people are doing things because they have the potential, but not necessarily in their purpose. And that can have a strong impact on your mental health as well, because you have the ability to do something, but you're not within the purpose of God. And that makes your life that much harder. Right. And it almost between, like you at a tug of war with yourself.
Honestly, I have to piggyback on that because you hit it right there. Like you said, like when people are moving in their potential and not their purpose, you're not fulfilled. At the end of the day, when you're moving on potential, you're looking and trying to compare yourself to somebody. And in comparison, when you try to compare yourself to somebody, that steals your joy. Comparison steals joy. You're not supposed to compare yourself because no one is the same. Everybody at the end of the day got their own gift and talents that helps bring something to the table. So when people don't even understand, and that's another thing too. People don't even understand their purpose because a lot of times you doing something, or I give an example as far as even somebody dating somebody, right? You think you're dating somebody towards the purpose when God really told you don't even date them. That's your assignment. You know what I'm saying? So like
Boom.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's true. You know what I'm saying? So like you really gotta understand that in potential, there's never going to be that that unlimited growth. There's always going to be that stagnant growth. You're always going to go 6 months in, so committed, so wanted, and in 6 months you're going to fall back. You know, but when you
Right.
start pushing towards purpose, then you have fulfillment in everything that you want to do. It doesn't matter if one person is listening to you. It don't matter if 2,000 people listening to you. When you fulfilled into it, then you already know, like, I'm moving towards my purpose. I'm doing something, and
Right.
that alone gives you energy and also helps your mental health. The reason why people fight with themselves because they're not happy. You have people, and
Yeah.
that's another thing too. You know, we have to stop having to try to push a lot of traditional things on the millennials now and the ones in the generation that's coming up. Just because, and I'm not knocking a 9 to 5 because I work a 9 to 5, but just because, like certain jobs give you all types of benefits and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that is like, what I'm saying, the way you should be at for the rest of your life. I had to learn that even with myself. I'm not gonna quit my job, but what I'm saying is you have to look at, okay, this doesn't fulfill me. So why do I want to stay here for 20 plus years? On the side of it, you should be doing something on the side to push towards something that's going to put you in the place where you need
Right.
to be working on your
Right.
purpose. But
Right.
you have to remember that even in your job right now, it works towards your purpose because there's nothing that God puts you in. It's for no reason. If you're learning something, it's something that's towards something that you're gonna have to use in a year later or a month
Yeah.
later. You don't know when it's gonna change. That's why you have to always work with fulfillment and doing it on purpose with
Right.
pure intention. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With
Right.
intent.
Absolutely. Demetri, wipe your screen off just a little bit. Your screen looked just a little faded. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
better. But yeah, yeah, you are absolutely right. And something you said, which was the bomb, was the fact that sometimes you think you're on purpose. I mean, like you're supposed to be with that person, but that person is an assignment.
Yes.
And it may be to be able to, for you to pour into that person and show them who God is. So this has been some really, really good conversation, and I am so glad that I was able to bring you on. Do you want to share anything else?
Yeah, we no, I'm no, definitely we have to do this again because I love what you're doing with this Grateful Tuesdays. I love the whole name, the concept by it, and I just love what you're doing with just and honestly being a content creator. You bring so
Thank you.
much joy to platforms and to people. You know what I'm saying? Like you're actually going out there and creating content that makes you feel fulfilled, and
Yes, yes.
that honestly is so amazing, and it makes me feel good too. I want to definitely do this again with you. Like I definitely want to come on here and continue for us to keep pushing that norm of positivity, like
Yes.
not in the ways of just saying, oh, you have to be positive. You're showing people how to be positive, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I just want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing because
Thank you.
whatever it is, that you want out of this, is definitely gonna come to you because you've been consistent, you've been pure in it, and you have
Thank
honestly
you.
been helping change a life, whether it's their mind or even if you're making somebody laugh. At the end of the day, once somebody starts laughing, they start to lighten up. It all has an effect. All has an effect.
Thank you, Meek. I appreciate that so much. You know, when this concept came, it came like over almost, it's been almost 2 years now. But I started out on Facebook, and then I think I was telling the person last week that I had on at the end of 2019. I said, oh, I'm going to stop this. At the end of 2020, I said, oh, I'm going to stop this. At the end of 2021, I was going to, oh, I'm going to stop you. But I know that God has me on an assignment, and once I figured that out, I don't know where it's taking or where it's going, but I do know it's supposed to impact the people, right? Impact people and to give people hope, you know, and especially during this time. And so I thank you for those kind words, because that definitely means a lot. And so, like I do every week, guys, we're going to close this out, but Demetrik will be back on again. He will be back again. I know I'm trying not to take up too much of his time today, because I know he has other things to do. That's why we came on a little earlier today. But what I want to say to everyone out there, be grateful. Be grateful wherever you are in life, right? Whether you have lights, whether you got water, if you sleeping under a bridge, you got shelter. Whatever it is, on today, think of at least 2 things that you are truly grateful for on today, and I promise you that your day will be that much better. Your life will get that much better if you just start to focus on something, 2 things today. Just start it off with 2 things today that you are truly, truly grateful for, and you will have that much of a better day. All right. You have a great day on purpose. Thank you again, Demetrik. Tell them again where they can find you.
You can find me at on Instagram at Tech Time with Meech, Twitter Tech Time with Meech, Facebook Demetrik Hylton, and you can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Apple Music and Spotify. And I just want to piggyback on what you said. You said, like, think about things that you're grateful for, and if you're having trouble with trying to think good thoughts, buy this book called The Secrets, where it teaches you that your thoughts become things. So it's called The Secret. And it teaches you that your thoughts will become things. Whatever you think is going to come to you if you continue to think positive. It will be a positive outcome.
Yes, absolutely, guys. We hope that we have been a benefit to you. Go out and get that book, and y'all have an absolutely amazing day on purpose. Toodles.
Love you.
Love you, me.